Welcome to the next episode. I could not be more excited to show you guys this adventure. This adventure is all about the brown bears of Katmai National Park. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Joshua Wykes, and I'm an adventure and landscape photographer. And my wife Lavinia and our dog Tilly are living full-time in our converted Sprinter van. We actually just crossed the 100-day mark, and we're currently in Alaska, where we've been spending the summer in the last couple months. We love just showing you guys just the beauty of God's creation. That's really what this channel is all about, just showing what we're getting up to, and really just capturing the beauty of what we're seeing. We're excited that you're watching this episode, and so come along and let's go see some bears. So Katmai National Park is a pretty remote park here in Alaska. Really the only way to get into the park is by bush plane. The centerpiece of Katmai is the brown bear. Here's just a few simple facts about the brown bear. The brown bear could weigh anywhere from 300 to up to 1,200 pounds, depending on the gender and age of the bear. A lot of you probably are familiar with the grizzly bears. The grizzly is actually a subspecies, which actually is fairly concentrated down in the lower 48. The brown bears up here in Alaska are actually bigger than the grizzlies. Katmai is home to over 2,000 brown bears. I can tell you in this adventure, we got to see quite a few. Stick around to the end of the video where I will showcase just the highlights of some of the photos that I took on this adventure. And for those of you that are here just for the Tilly content, you're not going to see Tilly much in this video, but at the very end of the episode, you'll be able to see a little bit of footage of Tilly when we pick her up from the dog sitter and see how excited she is to see us. Well, let's get going. We did this trip with an adventure and wilderness outfitter named Alaska Alpine Adventures, based out of Anchorage. We began our trip at their shop first thing in the morning, where we got to meet our guides, the rest of the group, and do some gear checks. We then headed over to the flight service to catch our first of 2 flights that would get us into Katmai. Our first flight was a flight that took us over Lake Clark National Park, and we must have counted at least 7 glaciers that we flew over. It was a spectacular flight. We landed in the small community of Port Ellsworth and switched to a small float plane for our final leg into Katmai National Park. Our base camp in Katmai was alongside a small lake that our float plane was able to drop us off at. At this beautiful location, we set up our base camp and got all ready for the next few days ahead. Our base camp was pretty cozy, with a group tent that we could all hang out in and eat our meals, and even had an electric fence to protect us from the bears. The camp even had a nice outdoor toilet, which was basically a Home Depot bucket. I have to say the toilet definitely came with a nice view. Well, the first day is in the books. We are just so excited that we were able to get here. There was no issues with the flights. Yeah, just feeling very, very blessed to be here. It's a great spot. We got camp set up today. Had a really good dinner, got to know the group a little bit. It's a really good group of people. So we're excited. Tomorrow is going to be a fun day of hiking and watching bears. We already saw a few bears as we were flying in, and we spotted one even here from camp. So we know they're here. We're going to go to bed a bit early tonight, try to get some sleep, and just, yeah, really looking forward to tomorrow. After breakfast, we set off for a group hike to go watch the bears. The creek that we hiked along was only about 10 minutes from our base camp, and this creek was teeming with salmon that were making the run to spawn. Thus, all the bear activity as they fish the salmon as they try to fatten up for the coming winter. One of the most incredible things we saw was a fight between two bears. Basically, a bear caught a fish, and another bear decided to fight that bear and actually ended up being the one that ate the fish, not the one that caught it. This fight was only about 150 yards from where we were standing. We really got to see firsthand how fierce and big these bears really are. It was amazing. We just had such an amazing day. This was definitely a highlight for maybe our entire time in Alaska. We counted 72 bear sightings, some more exciting and more eventful than others, but man, this was so cool. It's the end of the day. The wind is just blowing. I don't think it's stopped blowing since the moment we touched down here. It's just been really strong. We had a bit of trouble sleeping last night. We tried to cinch down the tent a little bit tighter just now, so hopefully we get a little bit better sleep tonight. Very windy, pretty cold out there, but we're excited for tomorrow. We're hoping for more bears and just a lot of fun stuff that the bears will be doing. But that's it for now. It was a great day, and we look forward to tomorrow. We woke up to quite a bit of rain, some of which found its way into our tent. We later learned why. As the morning progressed though, the weather and rain got only worse, and the winds got to a level where it was hard to even be outside. The winds got so strong at one point, they actually tore our guide's tent in half. And a window that was on the top of our tent, which we suspect was already loose, was ripped off by the wind, leaving a gaping hole allowing lots more rain to come into our tent. One of the guides though was able to sew some plastic bags onto the tent as a makeshift patch. We ended up spending most of the day hunkered down in the group tent, but as the wind and rain started to die down, a group of us headed back out to go find some more bears. Later that evening at camp, a bear came as close to camp as we had ever had. It was pretty close, but we never really felt in danger, as he just went about his business and basically ignored us. The next morning, a small group of us got up at 5 a.m. for a short morning walk and some more bears. Back at camp that morning, the weather actually started to get quite good, and we got to do some more bear viewing right from camp. Unfortunately, all good things must come to an end at some point, and we had to start tearing up camp and getting ready for our flights to head back out. I'm excited to show you some of the photos I was able to capture over the last few days. Some of my favorite photos are this series of a bear catching a fish. And how can you not adore these adorable cubs? They're actually triplets, which isn't that common. It's hard to put into words how to sum up this adventure, other than it was just absolutely incredible. I have this deep love now for the brown bears. To be able to observe them and watch them as we did was just absolutely incredible. It's hard to describe. You know, a lot of times when you have a bear encounter, it might be from your car. If you happen to stumble across a bear in the wild, you're probably going to be pretty startled and not really thinking straight. To be able to just sit there and just watch them interact, observe them fishing, observe them just going about their day was just really incredible. We had a great time. I hope that I've been able to capture just a little bit of what we've seen. We didn't have the best weather for some of the trip, but to be honest, that actually made for part of the experience. So that's it for now. We'll see you on the road next time, and may God bless you.
Kitty girl. Kitty girl. Who's here? Who's here?
Hi, you're good. Hi.
Oh.